Moon University elects new guild leadership. And the family of the late Lieutenant Colonel Pius Ali Tema to build a community hospital in memory of their late father. This and more in the Nile Cast News Bulletin. It's the 18th of March 2024. You're most welcome to the Nile Cast on Yon West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Zombo District leadership has commissioned 30 hand-walking tractors, 1 horsepower tractor donated by the Ministry of Agriculture at the Paida Cultural Center in Zombo District. The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kwiwuchin Grace Freedom, has urged the youth to obtain training in order to maintain the tractors. Alfred Jawok reports.
Commissioned the tractors of Zombo District, which were provided timely by the government of Uganda in order to promote production. And I say all this for God and my country.
Zombo District leadership has today, 18th March 2024, at Paida Cultural Center, commissioned 30 hand-walking tractors and 1 horsepower tractor donated by Minister of Agriculture. While commissioning the tractors, Honorable Kwiwuchin Grace Freedom, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, who was the chief guest, notes that some youths will be selected to undergo training to manage the tractors.
I'm happy that today we have commissioned 30 walking tractors and 1 big tractor for Zombo District, and I want to thank the government. I want to thank His Excellency the President and the Ministry of Agriculture, because the government's policy is now commercial agriculture, and we cannot do commercial agriculture on only horse. And so this is a very big boost in the sector, and it's going to involve many farmers now, but specifically would like to encourage the youth and the women, because these can now manage the walking tractors. The big tractor we have Zombo District Farmers Association. It would be a good idea to give it to them. Otherwise, in the district already we had 2 tractors for Alur Kingdom, 1 tractor for Tea Cooperative Society, 1 tractor for Coffee Cooperative Union or Koro Coffee Union. But I must say that we have to work hard to make good use of these tractors.
The Deputy RDC of Zombo District, Grace Atim, has tasked officials taking charge of the tractors to extensively maintain them before warning them of diverting it for other unlawful services from farmers.
I was listening to some excerpt from a conference which took place, I think, in South Africa, where a lady got up and said, you know, agriculture is no longer sexy to the youth. I don't know what she meant. So I think by mechanizing agriculture now, we are making it sexier to the youth. I think can agree with me. Because now, you know, youth with machines. When we were trying to bring the tractor here, one of the youth in the district, one of the drivers was saying, the clutch is not working, the one. So this is mechanized, everything is just computerized, so I can say. So I think the youth, and we need energetic youth, will be happy to operate these tractors. And this will, in the end, make them love farming. And once you do something with the passion for it, production will also increase and improve.
Gabriel Lukumu, Okoro County Member of Parliament, commends government for this initiative before calling upon community to embrace the new tractors.
The sentiment they will work for. I would like to thank the President. It is out of his manifesto, it is out of his goodwill for the people, that's why we have the tractors here today. And this will help us to fulfill his manifesto. It will enhance the PDM and of course the so needed socio-economic development which is so desired by our people.
The 30 hand-working tractors will be given to each sub-county and town council, while the horsepower tractor will be given to Zombo District Farmers Association ZODFAM. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, Chandiga Wilson was declared the Guild President-elect, victorious over Rosalind Chayenne after scooping 381 votes compared to the 216 votes by his opponent. This was declared by Alera Albert Dicken, the chairperson Electoral Commission, during the Muni University Guild elections, which took place on the 16th of March 2024. Take a look.
As students of Muni University on the 16th of March 2024 went into polls to vote for their next leadership of academic year 2024-2025, the whole day was spent by the students keenly observing the process so as to avoid any anomalies that may arise. The highly contested elections attracted interest from a number of students, vying for different guild positions, for instance as guild representatives, as well as 2 candidates were nominated for the post of guild president. The 2 candidates nominated for the highly contested guild president race include Cayenne Roslyn, a student pursuing bachelor's degree in nursing, as well as Chandiga Wilson, who is a bachelor's degree in education student. At the end of the electoral process at about 11 p.m., Alera Albert Dicken, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, declared Chandiga Wilson victorious over Rosalind Cayenne after scooping 381 votes compared to 216 by his opponent.
Out of the votes for presidential candidates, we have obtained 11 invalid votes. Madam Cayenne Rosalind obtained 216 votes, and then Chandiga Wilson obtained 381 votes. Therefore, by the power entrusted upon me as the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, I therefore declare Chandiga Wilson elected Guild President of Muni University 2024-2025.
Chandiga, the Guild President-elect, attributes the victory to desire by the students to have a student-centered leadership.
This is entirely a student choice. We have been running under administration, and this time around the students have decided that they want someone of their choice and they want to stand with the truth, and that's why they came in big number to vote for me. Finally, I want to thank everyone, and we hope for the best. I know under my leadership a lot of things will change and it will make Muni a better place for everyone.
During the voting, vehicles were also seen ferrying students to and from campus, believed to have been hired by the students, showing how tense the exercise was. Meanwhile, Simon Jalwach, the outgoing speaker of the university who served with the 8th Guild, believes the increase in number of students over the years is the factor behind the competitiveness in the elections, as many students now have the desire to serve in the Guild.
The security has been poured on ground very heavily, and this is not the same as what was there the other time. At least for the previous years, it has not been very hectic like this, but I believe it's because of the number of students which are increasing and the several interests now which are coming on board.
Some of the positions for which the students also voted include GRC Faculty of Education, where Moriku Rose garnered 102 votes, emerging as the winner, beating Abigail Akwankwasa, who scored 93 votes. For GRC Health Sciences, 2 candidates were nominated, as Mutanyo Brian got 89 votes, emerging victorious compared to 53 votes by his opponent Isabire Sylvie. And the students also voted for some of the positions as well. Farish Majid, reporting for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. During the burial of the late Lieutenant Colonel Pius Alitema that took place on Saturday, the 16th of March 2024 in Kojomoro Village, Nyadri Sub-County, Maracha District, the family members of the deceased, former RDC Zombo District, pledged to construct a community hospital in Zombo District in memory of their father. Take a look.
The family of late retired Lieutenant Colonel Pius Alitema, former RDC Zombo District, has pledged to construct a community hospital in Zombo District in memory of their father. This was revealed by the family members on Saturday, 16th March 2024, during the burial of late Colonel Lieutenant Pius Alitema in Kijomro A village near the sub-county Maracha District. According to Sharon Alitema, the first daughter of the deceased, the hospital is aimed at reducing mortality rate due to long distances while seeking for health services at the available health facilities. Sharon further says resource mobilization for the construction of the facility is ongoing and health services will be free when completed.
A location that is favorable to all. Find it and bring the news forward to us. And as we bring the bricks to build, each one of you, we will build it all together because it's ours. So go forward. If you see somebody burning bricks and you don't know how to burn bricks, go and learn because we are all going to build. If you don't know how to put cement and make a cement mix, go and learn. If you want to learn how to be a nurse, to serve your people, now is your chance to go and learn because what is ahead of us is big.
Meanwhile, Gabriel Okumu, Okoro County Member of Parliament, applauded the family members of Pius Alitema for thinking boldly on health challenges in Zombo District. Okumu also contributed 2 million shillings towards the construction of the health facility. Says the hospital will address challenges of referral cases to Arua Regional Referral Hospital and St. Mary's Hospital Acho in Gulu City.
The road infrastructure is not easy to maneuver over. No wonder. I think the death of Lieutenant Pius Alitema, now the fallen, will actually send the last signal to government that we need to prioritize upcountry districts where services are difficult to come by, such that the people who come here to serve Ugandans, the people who come to these parts of the area to serve Ugandans and to serve their families, do not end up passing away in this tragic way. For example, Pius died on the way when they were trying to transport him to Arua Referral Hospital. The road is bad, there is no way you can survive. So I really call upon the government that it is time, with the little meager resources which are there, we must pay attention to the infrastructure in the outside districts of this country, the hard to reach districts. Zombo is among them. I would like also to thank the team.
Meanwhile, Honorable Oguzuli, the area member of parliament for Maracha constituency, castigated West Nile members of parliament for only using funeral services to talk to the electorate. According to Oguzu, the government has abandoned West Nile region in terms of providing good service delivery like roads, health facility, among others.
From the statements that have been made here, you can tell that Parliament is no longer a platform for MPs to articulate the issues of the ordinary people. Why have I said that? If my colleague MPs have decided to come and use this funeral to raise West Nile's issues, what do you think is happening? It means there is a problem, and that problem must be addressed by you Ugandans, because we are acting on delegated powers, and that power rests with you. I recall a moment when I went to campaign in a place called Kamaka, and because he was around, he had organized the event. The people around that area almost stopped me from participating and raising my voice. But Pius said, no, this is not how we do politics. He said they must bring a chair for me to come and sit near him. Some people said, Oguzi is too young. How can he partake of this thing? He said, no, you come and sit here. And after he spoke, he gave me a platform. I was able to articulate my issues. Unfortunately, that time both of us lost. Pius told me, even though you FDC, you be there. We want you to be there because you are one of the outspoken people. I think it was the deputy dean. You said Pius is one of those people who will tell you the truth. He will tell you the truth laughingly. But in that smile there was a message. Pius would defeat you because he would smile.
Late Lieutenant Colonel Pius Alitema succumbed to diabetes on Friday 8th March this year, and he was saluted with the 12.
I recall a moment when I went to campaign in a place called Kamaka, and because he was around, he had organized the event. The people around that area almost stopped me from participating and raising my voice. But Pius said, no, this is not how we do politics. He said they must bring a chair for me to come and sit near him. Some people said, Oguzi is too young. How can he partake of this thing? He said, no.
Alitema succumbed to diabetes on Friday 8th March this year, and he was saluted with the 12 gunshots from Uganda People's Defense Forces. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, municipal district city education officers from all over Uganda today officially commenced the 3 days retreat to deliberate on the modes of addressing gaps in the education sector in Uganda. The event attracted officials from various local governments and other partners at the National Teachers College, Muni. Parish Majid reports.
State Minister for Primary Education, Honorable Joyce Kaduku Muriku, today on the 18th of March 2024 officially flagged the 3 days retreat of district, municipal and city education officers taking place at National Teachers College, Muni, Arua City. The 3 days retreat aims at bringing the education heads from various local governments across the country together to deliberate on gaps affecting the education system and also draw means to addressing these gaps. First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni, who also doubles as Minister for Education and Sports, in a speech read by Honorable Joyce Kaduku Muriku, urged the teachers and learners to be prepared for the changes in the education system.
Government is aware of the fact that some education managers do not have vehicles to facilitate support supervision, to facilitate monitoring of education services. This matter will be addressed as government allocate resources to the Ministry of Education and Sports and to the local governments.
Kaducho also went ahead to ask the heads to discuss on how to maintain the morals in teachers such that improvements in performances of the learners can be realized.
You are the one to uphold the profession, the integrity, the moral, and what it means to be a teacher. You stand with your heads up. I want to implore you, in these 3 days, discuss that matter. What strategies can we bring on board together to improve education quality without demoralizing the providers, the foot soldiers?
However, Raymond Ombere, the Principal Education Officer for Arua City, raised the challenge of limited funding, which is very much affecting the infrastructure development within the schools.
School facilities grant, yes, it is true. We do receive school facilities grant, and we receive money from school maintenance. But one fact that we should note is that these amounts are insufficient. For example, what Arua City received this financial year as a school facility grant can only put up 2 classrooms.
Meanwhile, Ali Warudei's Filiam, the Principal National Teachers College, Muni, asked the heads to deliberate on how to empower the teachers.
Today, as the DEOs share experiences in this national retreat, remember to discuss the roadmap on how to reshape the teacher we need for the education we want. As key stakeholders in education, it's entirely our sole responsibility to prepare the teacher we need for education we want.
Cleophas Mugenyi, the commissioner in charge of teacher education standards at Ministry of Education and Sports, says that much as government is giving out support to the schools, the responsibility of feeding the learners remains in the hands of parents as new strategies are being developed.
Government has been very, very clear on the responsibilities of the various stakeholders, especially the parents. And one of the roles of the parents is to provide the meals to the learners while at school. We are aware that the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports moved around the country urging parents to support their children with midday meals. And in that regard, we even have the school feeding guidelines of the Ministry of Education and Sports that clearly stipulate that every school is supposed to have a school feeding committee. And the rules are very clear.
The 3 days retreat that officially commenced today on the 18th of March 2024 will run till 20th of March 2024 and has drawn several partners in attendance, and notable among whom is UNICEF, Stanbic Bank, and Wind International, among others. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
A very good evening, viewers. You are most welcome for today's edition of Nile Cast Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. A lot of stories continues to happen in the world of sports. As usual, we always kickstart by giving what is happening within the region of West Nile. Before we look at national, continental, and international stories, I can confirm to you all over the country of Uganda, schools are actually playing in the school ball games, and we are starting it at home and with Arua City. As yesterday, there was a game between St. Joseph's College Ombati Senior Secondary School and Arua Public Senior Secondary School. There was chaos at Aliba venue, one of the venues that has been approved for these games to take place, but that particular game ended in a barren draw. But the biggest concern was actually the chaos caused by the students from both sides, and the draws are already out. Before I give you the draws for the quarterfinals, let's first take a look at how things transpired in the chaos yesterday.
Arua City in the school ball games has witnessed chaos in one of the venues. As the games reached in match day 3 of the group stages, it did not go well between Arua Public Senior Secondary School and St. Joseph's College Ombati Senior Secondary School in terms of discipline at St. Peter's Aliba Senior Secondary School, though the game itself took place. This forced deployment of security personnel and stewards based in the community of Aliba to guard the venue and the surroundings. The chaos also affected business in the area as students started throwing security personnel and other people with stones, which forced people to close their business premises, for example, shops, because of fear factor. Angwa Bernard, The chairperson for Arua City Secondary School Sports says this game started very well and still continues very well in other venues, unlike at Aliba venue and also in this particular encounter between Arua Public Senior Secondary School and St. Joseph's College Ombasi Senior Secondary School, where chaos is witnessed and highlights the public on some of the scenes.
In fact, these games have been played in 6 different venues. We have 2 for girls football, then 4 for boys football. Generally, these games in these various venues have been moving on well. Especially in Pokia, we don't have violence. Also in Ilifra Stadium, it is peaceful. It's also moving on well. And also at the same time in Jericho, Diofen, all these Ombati, college Ombati games are moving on well. But now it's only a challenge in the Aliba playground, where we have a challenge with the teams, especially those who call themselves giant, especially Arua Public and the Ombati. They own the same venue. In that process, we had a lot of problem. More especially, we have the school, St. John College Ombati, reportedly by 2 a.m. they were already here in Aliba. When most of them were already here by 2 or 3, they were already here. And then the following morning when Arua Public was bringing their players, in that process what happened was they found Ombasi students taking their breakfast. A group of the students taking their breakfast at a beer. That's where now stoning of the bus of Arua Public started. Then this information reached to Arua Public students. They had to also mobilize themselves also to come and they retaliate and wait for the bus of St. Joseph's College Ombasi on the way around the river Inyao.
Asita Robert, a steward at Aliba, says they will calm the situation in the other remaining games with the help of security personnel.
So our work is mainly just to control the gathering so that security is guaranteed. But at the moment, since the game started, it has been fairly well. But from today morning, the game started late because of Ombati and the Arua Public SS students bringing a lot of chaos. That's why you can see there is a lot of scattering. People are scattered, gunshots, tear gas flying all over. And we are trying to control the situation.
The 2 schools are one of the giant schools not only in the city but in the whole region of West Nile and are rivals when it comes to sporting activities. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, Nile Cast Sports News.
Still related to what is happening in Arua City about the inter-school ball games, this one now takes us to the draws of the quarterfinals. Before I give you the draws of the quarterfinals, which happened this afternoon, I need to give you which schools proceeded to the quarterfinals. From the boys' side in Group A, we have got Arua Senior Secondary School that finished on top with 13 points unbeaten, followed by Manbe Public Senior Secondary School, second position with 12 points. And then in Group B, these games were taking place at Pokia Seminars senior playing ground. We had Mvara. Out of the 5 games they played, they won all of them. They did not concede any, and they had 15 points. And the runners-up in that group was Arua Town College, the champions of 2022 with 12 points. Then in Group C, the venue at Aliba, St. Joseph's College, also finished unbeaten with 13 points. And then followed by Arua Public Senior Secondary School with something of around 9 points. And then the last group was at Ombati, where we had schools like Niva High, Tarantino, Excel, and the rest. And the 2 teams that have managed to qualify to the quarterfinals, we have Niva High, formerly known as Nile High, with 10 points. And then the runners-up in that group is Tarantino. That one now takes us to the breaking story today, the biggest of which is all about the quarterfinal draws, whereby Manbe Public Senior Secondary School has been drawn against Niva High, formerly known as Nile High. Then from Mvara Senior Secondary School, they have been pitted up against a PESCO, Arua Public Senior Secondary School. That means Mvara Senior Secondary School will be playing Arua Public Senior Secondary School in that quarter-final match. And then St. Joseph's College Ombati will take on Arua Town College Senior Secondary School. And lastly, Arua SS, or as Arua Senior Secondary School, the champions of last year, will be taking on the runners-up of Group D, Tarantino. Then from the girls' football, remember in Group A, we had schools like Muni, we had the Cornerstone Standard College and Manibe. And then the two schools that have managed to maneuver to the quarterfinals are Muni Girls with 9 points, followed by Cornerstone with 6 points. And then in Group B, Diofe managed to top the group unbeaten, maintaining a 100% record with 9 points, and the runners-up in that group was Arua SS with 4 points. And then in Group C, we had Mvara finishing on top with 4 points, followed by Arua Town College with 2 points. There were 3 schools in that group. And then the last group in girls football was Tarantino that finished on top with 9 points, followed by Arua Public Senior Secondary School with 6 points. And also in their draws, Muni Girls, they have been pitted against Arua Town College Senior Secondary School. Meanwhile, Diofe will have to tussle it out with the Cornerstone at this level. For Mvara Senior Secondary School, they will have to test the hostility of Arua Senior Secondary School. And lastly, Arua Public Senior Secondary School ladies will be tussling it out with Tarantino. Let's leave the stories about the inter-school ball games. This time we talk about the second tier of Ugandan football. I am talking about FUFA Big League, whereby it was a brilliant moment for Blacks Power, a team that comes from Ulira City after edging out on the Paraka Football Club by a 0-0. Actually, the biggest team behind that win was for the team of Blacks Power, ending the unbeaten record for the Caterpillars this season. Remember, ever since the kickstart of the new season of FUFA Big League, on the Paraka had never lost a game at home at Ababet Greenlight Stadium. Yesterday even was the end of the journey for them. Let's have the reported story about that.
Blacks Power Football Club final ends the long unbeaten run of Onduparaka Football Club at home in Bet Power FUFA Big League this season. This comes after being edged by a 0-0 by Blacks Power that comes from Ulira City. It was Katas of Maduka's brilliant strike that brought the sword down for the Caterpillars. The defeat leaves Onduparaka in an alarming position at number 9 on the log with 23 points. Meanwhile, Blacks Power moves to 5th position with 28 points. Both teams were relegated from Star Times Uganda Premier League last season and they are fighting to get back to the peak.
We started well. At the end, it's bad for our side. We not expect to lose such a game, but it's sometimes all about the experience. The Black Powers, they are determined, they are containing us very well, but much as we keep on pressing, what is remaining was the game management. The game management, we didn't manage the game well. Much as we are sending message, but it always happens. In football, it's a game. Anything happens in football, we try our level best to manage it well. Maybe that is what God has planned, but only that one cannot take us down. We have to remain strong. We have our plan to make sure we get around 10 wins, which means losing this. We are going to push. We are going to push hard. We are left with a lot of games where what we need to plan is we need to plan to well, because we lose at home. We have to make sure that we plan it to go and balance it at away.
Absolutely, we expected to win. We came with a mission to win. It is still a marathon, but he has given us the upper hand to gain promotion with promotional position. If we win in Jinja, we now start running for promotion. But still, we will fight up to the last minute for promotion, where we belong.
It's a big moral and a big boost for my players and my teammates and other fans. It has not been easy because it is always hard to come and collect a win in our way, especially at Greenlight. But we managed to work together as a team, putting God first and teamwork. However, there are small challenges ahead, but still we are focused, especially the winners like this one. It has given us at least something to work for, probably on our forthcoming game on Wednesday against Jinjano in Jinja on Wednesday. So I call upon all the fans, Blacks Power, please, we need your support and prayers as we are preparing for the coming game. At least need some moral boost. We are preparing to go back to the Premier League. So this win in the coming game miraculous just as when we also there.
Really, the game has stressed us. But, you know, it's a game of football. There's no way you are going to riot around. You get it? We accept the defeat. But this is one thing we have not expected, like, in a long while. You get it? But it has happened, it has happened. We still have one game at home. We are focused. We are not yet battle off. We have played a team that is above us with 1 point only. This is Black's power. They have now gone with 4. What is left for us? We are going to fight till the end of this battle. You get it? We are not battle off. Our team really did best. We tried, we did all things we could, but it was an unfortunate beat. Maybe, I don't know, it is the weather from Arua bordering DRC, I don't know.
Ondo Park is one of the iconic clubs in the region of West Nile, with the lion's share of the fans. Meanwhile, Black's Power is currently the famous club from northern region located in Lira City. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, Nile Cast Sports News.
Let's wind up our today's Nile Cast Sports News with what is happening in Europe. It's all about what has been happening in FA Cup and what continues to happen. And yesterday, I can confirm to you, was a dramatic encounter between the team of Liverpool and Manchester United in one of the games played in the quarterfinals of the tournament. And it ended so well for the team of Manchester United. Though at the end, we saw a red card being given to one of their players called Amadou Diallo. It ended by 4-3 in favor of Manchester United. The full 90 of this particular encounter ended in a 2-2 tie. Both sides, of course, had to go to the extra 30, where Liverpool scored first before Manchester United had to come from a goal down to see that they also maneuver to the semi-finals. Before that particular encounter, before there was a game between Chelsea and the team of Leicester City, Chelsea got it last in the extra time to see that they knock out Leicester City, the Foxes, at this particular stage, and they already through to the semi-finals. Before that, on Saturday, 2 games were also played, whereby Coventry socked Wolves, beating them by 3-2, and there was also another encounter between the Citizens and the Magpies. I mean, Manchester City knocking out Newcastle after 2-0 win over them. And this one now takes us to the draws of the semi-finals, because this is what people are yearning for next. You see, Chelsea, after knocking out Leicester City yesterday, they have been given a task up against the champions of last season. I am talking about Manchester City. That means Chelsea will be tussling it out with Manchester City in the semi-final. And then the other one will see Manchester United tussling it out with Coventry City. That one brings us to the end of today's edition of Nile Cast Sports News. In front of the camera has been me, Benson Pastore. Let's link up again tomorrow. Still, I'll be in person to bring you what continues to transpire in the world of inter-school ball games.
Thank you, Rako Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. And that viewer marks the end of the Nile Cast only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the Nile Cast to the end of the Nile Cast only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name remains